Check, check. Hey, hey. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Check, check 1 2. Check, check 1 2. Hey, hey. Mic check. Check, check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Check, check 1 2. Hey, hey.
Please take your seats. Our program is beginning shortly. Again, please take your seats. We will begin shortly.
And the beautiful Milwaukee Art Museum. Let's give the Milwaukee Art Museum a round of applause. This is just a beautiful venue for this incredible announcement that we're about to make today. So on behalf of Visit Milwaukee, it's an honor to host you today for what is truly a historic moment, not just for our city, but for the entire Great Lakes region. Because what is happening here today did not just happen overnight. It's the result of years of work, years of belief, and years of investments by chefs, restaurateurs, hospitality workers, entrepreneurs, and community leaders who saw what this city could become and built it together. This moment belongs to them. Now, Milwaukee has always been a city of makers where people take pride in what they create, whether it's a meal, a business, or one of our 191 neighborhoods. Now, nowhere is that more visible than our food scene. From family-run restaurants that have anchored our communities for generations to a new wave of chefs who are pushing boundaries and redefining what Midwestern cuisine can be. And Milwaukee has been building something truly special, not quietly, but steadily. And increasingly, the world has started to take notice. What truly sets Milwaukee apart goes beyond what's on the plate. It's how we welcome you. There's a genuine warmth here, a spirit of hospitality that isn't performative. It's who we are. In Milwaukee, our people go the extra mile. They remember your name, they make room at the table, and they take pride in making sure that every visitor feels like they belong. That's our culture, and that's what turns a great meal into something unforgettable. We're proud to stand here today alongside our partners from Cleveland, Detroit, Indianapolis, Minneapolis, and Pittsburgh. 6 cities, 1 region. A story of creativity, talent, resilience, and momentum. Together, we are showing that the Great Lakes are not just part of the conversation, we're leading the conversation. And today is a reflection of that. This moment reflects what has been built across our region and signals that the world is paying attention. Let's take a look. What an incredible video. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce someone who is bringing global attention to this moment and to our region. Please join me in welcoming the International Director of the Michelin Guide, Gwendolyn Poulinek.
Thank you, Peggy. So thank you for the warm and genuine welcome. So good morning, Milwaukee. So thank you for having me today in your beautiful city to celebrate some truly exciting news. So my name is Gwendolyn Poulinek, and I'm the International Director of the Michelin Guides. I'm very happy, very happy to be here with you all this morning to announce a momentous occasion, which you all will get to hear first. This morning, the Michelin Guide is announcing the launch of the Michelin Guide American Great Lakes Edition, which will include six culinary destinations of Cleveland, Detroit, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, and Pittsburgh. So this new regional edition has been a long time coming for the Michelin Guide and our famously anonymous inspectors. As you can guess, the inspectors are already out, boots on the ground in the region, exploring your local culinary scenes and experiencing the many great delicacies these American Great Lakes cities have to offer. However, you will have to wait just a bit. And sorry for that, but the longer we wait, I'm sure that more restaurants awarded there will be. Why? Because they will continue to raise their game. And the inaugural restaurant selections won't be revealed until 2027 at the Michelin Guide ceremony for the region. But we promise you it will be worth to wait. So thank you for waiting. So the Michelin Guide represents the best of the best dining recommendations. In French, we say la crème de la crème of the world gastronomy. And the continuous growth of the gastronomic scene across these regions proves the importance of their standing as a global destination for gourmets from near and far. In fact, based on a recent study, 74% of travelers consider the presence of the Michelin Guide in a destination to be a key factor when choosing a destination worth traveling for. So 74%. And even more, 76% of them are prepared to extend their stay to enjoy and experience a restaurant recommended by the Michelin Guide. So, as you know, restaurant teams in the Great Lakes region highlight innovative ideas, locally sourced ingredients, and are always setting their standards higher to offer memorable experiences to their discerning customers. And here we have a perfect match with the Michelin Guide. So I also wanted to take the time today to thank our incredible partners who help us bring this project to life, starting with our host city today for the American Great Lake edition, Visit Milwaukee. Dear Peggy and team, thank you very much. I would like to thank all the partners at Destination Cleveland, Visit Detroit, Visit Indianapolis, Meet Minneapolis, and Visit Pittsburgh for their passion and willingness to join us on this journey. As I shared, our anonymous inspectors are eager as well to continue experiencing all that your cities have to offer, and we look forward to sharing their favorite with you next year as we reveal the first restaurant selection for the American Great Lakes. I'm sure you are all just eager, as we are, to discover this inaugural selection, and we look forward to being with you all next year to celebrate together. But now I will turn it back over to Peggy Williams-Smith with Visit Milwaukee, and I will be back with you a bit later to answer all the questions you may have. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gwendol, to you and your entire team. I had to step back just to make sure that you didn't see the tears as we were announcing that. Pretty awesome for all of us. I want to thank you for the Michelin Guide for recognizing what's been built across the region and for helping to share that story with the rest of the world. And if you hear that, Milwaukee, the inspectors are already in market, so let's make sure that we're showing them exactly what we're made of. This moment is truly shared across 6 Midwestern cities that have each been building something in their own way, and they're going to tell you their stories themselves. So we're going to hear from those leaders who are helping to shape those stories in these cities. Each of our partner destinations will share a few brief remarks. First up is a person who's responsible for bringing us all here together today with Michelin. Over a year ago on a trade show floor, almost 2 years ago, Claude met with each of us, and he gauged our interest in the potential of forming this partnership. So I'd like to welcome Claude Molinari from Visit Detroit, who helped us to put this all together.
So good morning. My name is Claude Molinari, and I'm the president and CEO of Visit Detroit, the oldest convention and visitors bureau in the world. We are beyond thrilled to spotlight our city and this region in this new Michelin Guide American Great Lakes edition. Detroit is a culinary destination on the rise, and the recognition officially puts us on the map as a serious food city. Our culinary scene is built on authenticity, diversity, and affordability, and it's a story that is still being written. From Greek town to Mexican town to one of the largest Middle Eastern food scenes in the USA, the Detroit region offers a true melting pot of international flavors. We also have local iconic foods that you can't find anywhere else. Detroit-style pizza originates in our city, but is now a national trend. The Coney dog is a cultural institution with famous rivalries. Detroit's shawarma and Middle Eastern street food is considered among the best in the country. These dishes carry the identity of our city far beyond our borders. We're also a destination of tremendous opportunity for current and future chefs. Many of our new restaurants are locally sourcing their food, even in an urban setting. Our fine dining scene is affordable, and we have room for chefs to relocate and experiment. Detroit provides the freedom to be creative, to take risks, and to build something impactful that stands the test of time. Detroit is also a city of neighborhoods, and each one tells its own culinary story. From Corktown and Midtown to Southwest Detroit to Dearborn to Eastern Market, it's not just one destination. It's a collection of experiences waiting to be discovered and celebrated. The Detroit region has a great history with Michelin, and this recognition only adds to our story. Just 16 months ago, Visit Detroit launched the first ever Michelin Green Guide for Detroit. The Green Guide recognized 5 3-star sites across our region, including downtown Detroit, where many of our most successful restaurants are thriving. Being included in the newest Michelin Guide as a momentous culinary city is another validation of our destination. I want to thank the Michelin team for their continued support of Detroit, and to our partners across all the other DMOs, and of course, the incomparable Peggy Williams-Smith and the Visit Milwaukee team who put on this great event for all of us. Thank you for the opportunity to say a few words about Detroit's culinary trajectory. We're looking forward to working with the Michelin team and our partners across the Midwest to elevate the American Great Lakes culinary story for years to come. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your time here in Milwaukee.
So Peggy, I was expecting you to give me a great intro like you gave Claude. Good morning. My name is Melvin Tennant. I have the honor to be the president and CEO of Meet Minneapolis, our Convention and Visitors Association. And for us, as it is for all the other cities, it's an exciting announcement for all of us, but especially for Minneapolis. For years, our culinary scene has earned national acclaim, yet we've still been called unexpected, underrated, and even the best-kept secret. And we want to change that. But in Minneapolis, we've actually known that truth all along. So we have the talent and the cultural diversity and the hospitality to stand with any culinary destination in the world. We're very proud of that. From our indigenous excellence to Midwestern seasonality, and from French-infused American, doesn't that sound great, to Somali, Hmong, Latino, and Southeast Asian cuisine, all in Minneapolis, our culinary community is propelled by deep cultural pride and purpose. Purpose is really important for us, and that is something visitors can savor with each and every bite. And today we're taking a major step on the global stage. As we know, we're here for that purpose. And if there are any secrets left about Minneapolis as a top food city, joining together with the Michelin Guide will remove any of that doubt, and we're very excited about that. So whether it's a Michelin Star, a Bib Gourmand, or Michelin recommended restaurant, we know our food lovers from around the country and from around the world will take notice. We're excited about that. You know, this Great Lakes Partnership, American Great Lakes Partnership, will help shine a bright light on the creativity, the craft, and the care that define our Minneapolis restaurants, but more importantly, the people behind those restaurants. And it strengthens our reputation as a place travelers can come not just to visit, but to truly experience something memorable through their food. This opportunity reflects the kind of alignment and momentum made possible through our new Meet Minneapolis, our Minneapolis Tourism Improvement District, which is helping us to elevate our city in meaningful ways. We're very thankful for that partnership there. And so Minneapolis, and especially our restaurant and hospitality community, have faced enormous challenges, as you know, this year. And through it all, our culinary community has risen to the occasion and is working to overcome those obstacles that you are very well aware of that we've faced. And they continue to create and to innovate and, of course, welcome people in during this entire time. You know, that resilience and the passion and the commitment to our community, that's the story we're proud to share with the world. And I'd like to express our gratitude once again for the collective effort of all these great cities here in this American Great Lakes Partnership. I'm really proud to be a part of that with our city. So over the coming year, we know that the Michelin Guide inspectors will be dining, and apparently they're all already out there, so throughout our cities. And so for anyone who has been curious about Minneapolis or may have overlooked us in the past, this is your invitation to experience our city. So we want you to come and discover why it is one of the most exciting food cities anywhere in the world. Thank you. Barry? I did my job, Claude.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Perry Ivory, the chairman of the board for Visit Pittsburgh. Today's announcement marks an exciting milestone for Pittsburgh's culinary future and highlights the momentum of our food scene has been building for years. Partnering with the Michelin Guide brings in an international spotlight to Pittsburgh's chefs, restaurants, and hospitality professionals. Pittsburgh is home to 500-plus restaurants in the city and thousands across the region, reflecting incredible creativity, cultural diversity, and innovation. Our chefs draw inspiration from Pittsburgh's industrial heritage and a diverse communities while embracing modern techniques and global flavors. Food is one of the most powerful ways travelers experience a destination, and our culinary scene plays a critical role in that. Tourism has already a major footprint here, with 21.5 million visitors driving $7.1 billion in economic impact in Allegheny County. Recognition from the Michelin Guide will encourage visitors to stay longer, explore more neighborhoods, and experience more of Pittsburgh's restaurants, bakeries, and markets. Our hospitality industry supports more than 43,000 jobs in Allegheny County, and continued growth strengthens opportunities for hospitality professionals. Being part of the Michelin ecosystem signals to chefs and hospitality leaders worldwide that Pittsburgh is a place to build careers, innovate, and be recognized. This announcement ultimately celebrates chefs, restaurants, and hospitality workers who make Pittsburgh's dining scene so special. Visit Pittsburgh remains committed to investing in the region as a vibrant, welcoming, and world-class culinary destination. Thank you so much, and I would like to introduce Emily Lauer from Destination Cleveland. Thank you.
Thank you, Perry. Good morning. I'm Emily Lauer, Vice President of PR and Communications at Destination Cleveland, the destination marketing and management organization for the greater Cleveland area. On behalf of our CEO, David Gilbert, and our team back in Cleveland, thank you, Peggy and the Visit Milwaukee team for hosting us this week, Claude for your leadership in organizing this collaboration, and to my fellow Great Lakes partners, we're going to have fun over the next few years. And thank you to the Michelin Guide for putting the Great Lakes on the map in a new way. Today's announcement reflects the momentum we're seeing in Cleveland's culinary community. Our chefs and restaurants have earned national attention, and we're excited to welcome Michelin inspectors to experience that firsthand. Food is a cornerstone of the visitor experience in Cleveland, in fact. It reflects our region's diversity, creativity, and character. Talented, locally rooted chefs and teams who raise the bar every day. People are traveling to Cleveland already to eat. This announcement gives more people a reason to look our way and gives our chefs and restaurants the spotlight they've earned. Visitors tell us they come for a weekend and end up talking about their meals for months. From immigrant-owned favorites to barbecue to fine dining, Cleveland is a layered, multicultural food city. Whether it's a long-running neighborhood spot or a new opening, guests can count on thoughtful hospitality and unforgettable, high-quality food that keeps them coming back. As Destination Cleveland works to attract visitors and strengthen perceptions of our city across the United States and the globe, this association with the Michelin Guide helps introduce Cleveland to new travelers and brings more attention to the chefs and their teams who power this story every day. We look forward to celebrating our culinary community along with our Great Lakes partners early next year. Thank you. And I'd like to introduce Morgan Snyder, Vice President of Communications and Community Relations for Visit Indy.
All right, thank you, Emily. Last one, if you're still with us. Well, good morning. On behalf of Visit Indy, I want to extend our gratitude to the Michelin team for the invitation to partner on the American Great Lakes Guide. This is a meaningful moment, not just for Indianapolis, but our entire region. And there truly could not be a better time for this collaboration. Indianapolis is in the midst of $3 billion in new tourism infrastructure redevelopment. It's reshaping our city and enhancing the visitor experience in powerful ways. At the same time, we've been deeply invested in growing and elevating our culinary scene, one that's dynamic, diverse, and increasingly internationally recognized. So each year, we welcome about 30+ million visitors to Indianapolis. And of the total visitor spending, $1.7 billion is dedicated to food and beverage. That makes it the single largest driver of tourism spend in our city. And that's not just a statistic, it's a reflection of how central dining is and has become to the visitor experience and how essential it is to our culinary community and our identity. This partnership with Michelin allows us to build on that momentum. It creates new opportunities to invest in culinary workforce development, to support and retain exceptional talent, and to shine an even brighter spotlight on the creativity and innovation happening across our kitchens, our neighborhoods, our communities. Because what makes Indianapolis so special is not just the food, it's the people and the stories behind it. Ours is a culinary scene shaped by rich diversity of backgrounds, cultures, perspectives. It's a place where tradition meets experimentation and where emerging talent stands shoulder to shoulder with seasoned chefs that are truly pushing boundaries every day. And the world is noticing. The New York Times has described Indianapolis as where the world comes to eat, and Food and Wine magazine has named us one of America's next great food cities. Through this partnership with Michelin and alongside our fellow Midwestern cities, we have an incredible opportunity to solidify our place on the global culinary stage. I also want to take a moment to recognize the 78,000 hospitality professionals back at home in Indianapolis, and I know many are tuning in. So to each of you, chefs, servers, bartenders, dishwashers, managers, and makers, thank you. Thank you for your dedication to your craft, for the long hours and the pride you take in serving others. You are the reason Indianapolis is a true culinary destination. And to our partners at Michelin, thank you for believing in our region and for helping us tell this story on a global scale. We are honored to be a part of this journey, and we are so incredibly excited for what lies ahead. So thank you. And I'll turn it over to Peggy.
So for everyone who's here or listening, I think we're all going on a Midwest road trip. It's clear that something special is happening across our region, and we're proud to be a part of it together. Thank you to Melvin, Claude, Perry, Emily, and Morgan, not only for your remarks here today, but for the partnership that together we're going to establish the American Great Lakes region as a culinary destination that visitors cannot ignore. And I also, of course, want to thank Gwendolyn and the team at the Michelin Guide for seeing in us what each of us said we see in our cities and in our destinations and the people who make hospitality work. I'm pleased to have Gwendolyn come back up and take some questions.
Well, thank you again very much, Peggy. Thank you to all the DMOs here for trust, support. Let's say it's a strong feeling of cooperation, teamwork, and also a positive emulation. Love that spirit. I think all the different cities are adding different flavors. And okay, together we are playing stronger. I do really believe that today, to have a local impact, of course, you need to have a global footprint and influence. And I also believe that we have to be quite humble. But the Destination Marketing Organization here and the Mission Guide, we are just enablers. Ultimately, we need to recognize the real doers, the makers, I mean the chef and their teams that are already working hard because they know that from now the inspectors are working on the field, okay, to assess the quality in the restaurants. This will be an additional lift to raise the bar, to elevate their game, and hopefully to be part of the very first selection to be revealed next year. So thank you very much for your attention. I think we can really open the floor to all the questions you may have. So the floor is yours.
I have a question. You said, my name is Megan from Channel 4 here in Milwaukee. You said that your inspectors are already boots on the ground. Have you heard from them yet? Are they liking what they're seeing? I know I like what I see in a lot of these Midwest cities. So have you heard anything from them?
So it's of course too early to say, and you know, part of the Michelin Guide approach is to remain quiet and silent. Why? Because today, you know, they are just exploring, eating out, lunch and dinner. For you to know, all the inspectors are full-time professional, working only for the Michelin Guide. They eat out on average about 300 times a year. Okay, you need to be professional, of course, but you need also to be passionate and dedicated to that work. And because it is, I think, also important, all your destinations are truly international cities, is to be able to bring to the destination also inspectors with international profiles. Because I think it's also one of the distinctive part of the approach of the Michelin Guide is to have a truly open-minded evaluation of the quality of the food, to recognize the very best, whatever the cooking style, but also whatever the standard and the, let's say, the level of price of the restaurants. So being open-minded, but also to ensure the consistency of our ratings and recommendation. I mean by that we never compromise with the values of the ratings. So that one restaurant being awarded in Paris, New York, has the same value as a restaurant recognized in Detroit or Cleveland, for example. And this is what matters also for the international travelers, but also for the local people. Because even if with the Michelin Guide, sometimes we tend to think about international and highly discerning food and travel lovers. Let's never forget that the first customers of the restaurants are the local people. You know, they are the first public, the first audience of the restaurants, and sometimes, and quite often, they are the one pulling up the expectation in terms of level of quality, because they are the repeaters. They are the one coming again and again. So they play a crucial role in that dynamic. Thank you for your question.
Hi, good morning. My name's Imani. I'm with ABC here in Milwaukee. Thank you so much for having us. Just a quick question. I know we heard from all of the different representatives from all of the cities here, but could you talk a little bit more about what factors were considered when choosing the cities to be a part of this partnership, just from the Michelin Guide perspective? And obviously we're here in Milwaukee. The announcement was made here in Milwaukee. Could you speak a little bit to what made Milwaukee stand out as well?
No, but thank you. I would say that first, of course, the people were a decisive factor. So thank you again to all the DMOs and to all our partners today. You know, reflecting and sharing the Michelin Guide global approach. So today we are covering with our selections about a bit more than 60 different destinations and countries. And the approach is basically the same everywhere. You know, when we consider new destinations to be part of the selection, it's first and foremost based on the quality of what the destination has to offer in terms of food quality, diversity, and I would say not only the situation as today, but also the potential for the coming years. So the dynamic we can feel. You know, why? Because food is a very living material. It's changing every day. And feeling the dynamic, the local talents, also their ambition and willingness to go to the next level is part of the factor that we consider. Then it has to be said, of course, that you know, the US is one of the key markets today. Why? As a destination first, but also because it's one of the key markets with a lot of people traveling around. Okay, so for the Michelin Guide, it's also one of our top priority to continue to expand across the US. And coming back to the Great Lakes, I think all has been said. You know, diversity, best kept secret. Serious players as well. So I think it was definitely time to put the spotlight on the talents. To give them the recognition they truly deserve, and to play a role as a catalyst to help them all move to the next level.
Hello. Yes, my name is Stephanie Quirk. I'm with Channel 6 here in Milwaukee. You kind of spoke about this earlier, but I mean, we know here in the U.S., obviously, the Michelin Guide, you know, it puts restaurants, or it puts cities rather, on the map. But specifically, can you just speak to that internationally? People, you know, the impact this could have on tourism for all these cities.
No, thank you for your question. And Maybe to look at it from a really and truly global perspective. What has to be said is that, let's say, worldwide, the culinary scene is booming. There is a rising competition. Why? Because there is a real elevation across the world in the quality and diversity of the food scene. That's the first part. The second one is to say that more than ever, food is maybe the first criteria pushing people to travel, and the reason they are actually choosing their destination. You know, all the travel studies basically agree that, especially for the Gen Z, okay, food is the first concern. The first reason they will consider to travel, sometimes before nature and culture, okay? And when we talk about the international travelers, and here I can refer again to one of the recent study carried out by Ernst & Young over on the Michelin Guide impact worldwide, they say that the Michelin Guide as a travel brand for discerning customers looking for curations, and not only for food, but starting with food. The Michelin Guide is really, the first brand in terms of spontaneous awareness, which is something. Also in terms of trust, because people trust the approach we have, which is basically boots on the ground. And you all know that today we are living in the world of too much. So you need to ride above the nose, and it's what we do with the approach we have. But I think what is even more important is to say that the young generation are really engaged with the Michelin Guide. Okay, 80% of the people below 40 years old today that know the Michelin Guide, okay, will actually use it, and not only using the Michelin Guide platforms, web app, but also because they trust the reference when they see the plaque, you know, on the windows of the restaurants, when they hear about, let's say, they read what is in the media, or when they use a social network. You know, the Michelin Guide reference is all over. So this has, of course, a decisive impact on travel trends. And I think what we are doing today is we are all together putting the Great Lakes on the world culinary map.
Is this your first time in Milwaukee, and do you like it?
Yes, I have to acknowledge that I am a first-timer here. As you can hear with my French accent, I'm French. So I'm living in Paris, where the Michelin Guide head office has been based for more than 126 years. But I'm more than happy to discover the city, and I can tell you that I have a packed agenda for the next 2 days to experience not all, but a good part of what the city has to offer. So thank you in advance, Peggy and your team, for...
Michelin is already bringing international travel to Milwaukee.
But hopefully there will be more people than myself.
Hi, I'm Sandy from WTMJ Radio and Milwaukee PBS, and we were very, very, very excited here about Top Chef Wisconsin. Does something like that have any influence on either getting your attention or a space that, oh, other people know about Milwaukee and Wisconsin, Michelin wants to be there?
No, I will not say that there is a direct connection between Top Chef and the arrival of the Michelin Guide, yet in a way it recognizes the already existing dynamic. And this is one of the criteria we need to take into account, is the vibrancy of the local culinary market, and also the emergence of a new generation of talents, because they are the one crafting the future of the destination. So I think it's much more the momentum that we can celebrate. You know, the Michelin Guide approach is really truly independent, and the inspectors, I can tell you, they are fiercely independent. So, you know, we still don't know what the results will be. We will be able to share only next year, but there are basically no external factor having an impact or influence on their own restaurant's quality evaluation.
I just had a quick question. Could you just speak to how long the partnership has been in the works, how long this has been developing?
So I will maybe answer to part of your questions and hand it over to you, Peggy, on behalf of all the DMOs. But of course, it has been a long time coming. You know that the Michelin Guide inspectors have been, traveling across the USA for about 20 years from now. That we have been establishing the very first selection for Chicago in 2011. So quite a while ago, and for sure, the first inspectors have been scouting and exploring the destination for more than a decade. Okay, yet the decision to move forward with a full-scale project, because I think it's what is happening today. It's not just putting the spotlight on one destination, but we have been waiting to be able to put all decisions together to have a greater impact on the destination and again on the world culinary stage. But maybe over to you, Peggy.
We've been working with our peer destinations for about 2 years to put this together, and the contract will go through 2029 for the initial portion of it.
And the long-term impact is very important. You know, what truly matters is to push the industry to raise the bar year after year. For sure, there will be a lot of ripples impact, you know, not only on travel, but also in terms of job creations, in terms of, let's say, better structuring the high-quality food supply, you know, because ultimately the one that will also benefit from this program may be the local farmers and producers. Okay, this is a very holistic project, and this will have an impact over time. And that's where we need to be humble and all to recognize that we are one part of the ecosystem, but we are just the enablers. Maybe we have a question on the second row, please.
Good morning. Linda Spice with the Milwaukee Business Journal. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the process that that they take to review the restaurants, and do they come back more than once? Just tell a little bit about the work.
No, for sure. So maybe I can tell you a bit more about who we are and what we do. Maybe started with what we do, because you will see that the who we are is a bit tricky, because the inspectors have to be anonymous. But basically, the aim of the Michelin Guide is to provide a consistent recommendation of the best places to eat worldwide. So boots on the ground professional inspectors, always looking at the same 5 universal criteria. The quality of the product can be non-expensive product, but they have to be high quality and fresh, mostly local products. Then it's about mastery of cooking techniques, harmony and balance in flavors, personality as expressed on the plate. That means that we know that with the same ingredient, the chef can really create a very different experience. They put their own personality, heritage, and twist in what they are offering to their guests. And last but not least, the consistency, both over time and throughout the menu as a whole. So that's the 5 criteria that we consider. So basically, it's only about the quality of the food. What is on the plate, not the setting. And it also what enables the Michelin Guide to recognize very humble places, as well as, let's say, very luxury restaurants. So that's the uniqueness of the approach. So, of course, the inspectors have to come back once a year, but it is a very minimum, because to assess the consistency across the 5 criteria, we need to come back again and again, but each and every time, it's a different inspectors that will come to the restaurants to make sure that we involve different profile, different perspective, They can come on their own, but they can also come in pair, in couple, or of whatever. And all decisions ultimately are team decisions to ensure the consistency, and not only across the different cities, but with other restaurants across the world. So that's the reason why also we bring international perspective, and we ensure that the American-based inspectors are also traveling the world, so that they can recognize the best of Chinese, Japanese, Thai, or French food. Okay, that's the approach. And then talking about the people, of course, here it's a bit slippery because they have to remain anonymous, so I can't share any personal details, but in terms of profile, they all have a background working for the industry. Okay, front of house, back of house, also pastry chef, as well as sommelier, for example, to give you an idea. So they have been trained, they have really an experience on the field working for the restaurant industry, and when they finally joined the Michelin Guide teams, they spend on average 2-3 years on the field with more senior inspectors, okay, to discover really not only their place, but really the world, and to be able to recognize with the true open-mindedness the quality of the food. So this is basically the process. What I can tell you today is, of course, today we have a lot of diversity within our teams. More and more female inspectors, because this is also changing. And just in terms of nationalities, we have more than 30 different nationalities of inspectors making our worldwide teams. Norma, I think thank you very much for all your questions. So, as you know, the famously anonymous inspectors, they are already boots on the ground. I'm sure that it will have an impact already starting today, because every single customer entering a restaurant today might be a Michelin inspector.
Thank you very much.
But thank you very much, Peggy.
One more video to roll. Thank you all for being here.